Hi everybody out there in Saberland, Ron Washburn, sometimes known as the Saberist. Today I've got a really cool saber for you. It's a Pixel Obi-Wan Kenobi Attack of the Clones version, and I did a couple special things with this one. I have a regular LED lens holder and tri-cree setup that goes in this saber. I'm also got a NeoPixel 3-string setup. So here's the blade. It's a Vader's Vault thin-walled 1-inch blade, and I have used a holder in here that the wires come through, and using some reverse pressure to hold it in place. Feel that secures the blade parts and the strings all inside with the diffusion material very well, very solidly, so that it doesn't fall out. And this also, with these small holes to kind of use the set screws to push out against the blade, allows you to not have big holes in the blade, reducing its structural integrity at the end. I'm using header pins and clip here that I've crimped together, instead of the stereo jacks that have been talked about. Mostly that's because this hilt doesn't have that kind of room in it, and the reason why is because it's got a crystal chamber. So with the crystal chamber reveal, there's just not enough space to use stereo jacks. So we're going to pause for a minute, and I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to do the assembly. The instructions for the assembly are also for the client whose saber this is, so that he knows how it comes apart and goes back together. Alright, we're back, and I've went ahead and installed this tube onto the emitter, since it takes a minute to do. What we've got here is a retention screw that holds the chassis in place and keeps it from spinning around inside this tube. With this particular one, we've got these nice reflective see-through plastic bits on there, and the blade does shine through very nicely. Because this is a dual LED and string blade setup, there's a retention screw right here if the customer decides to take out the string blade and put the LED lens holder in. Then he has a very easy way to secure that, and the wiring for that is all tucked down inside really nicely. Right here is the retention screw for the blade, and one of the things I'm going to do real quick is we'll just pull the kill key, let it fire up so you can see the crystal chamber and the accent LED. With this, I did a activation button here underneath this knurled brass piece. I drilled it out a bit, and I set this switch under there, and it works pretty well. And I decided to use the small brass one as the on-off because it'll get less use, and you'll have less of a chance of accidentally turning the saber off while using it. And so putting the auxiliary here for blaster block, clash lockup, auxiliary functions, and choosing the fonts seemed to be a better choice than trying to put it here. Alright, with this particular kill key, it's a rotate and a click. You can see the chamber comes on. We've got a little indicator down here that you can kind of see through the pommel. This is a NEC board, so it's got the standard fonts from Nigon on there. I didn't do too much special with that. So we can see that works just fine. It's using the 20mm speakers, that the new ones that he has been sourcing, and I find those to be, nice and loud. Okay, and then to turn it off, you just kind of give it a little push and twist. All right, let's put this guy together. All right, holes go towards the back. Nice thing about this with the crystal chamber is you can see it through the grill. So if the customer wants to display it, he can loosen it up a bit, give it a half turn, and there's this crystal chamber. The whole saber is still together, but you can pull the kill key and still be able to see it through the grill. or give it the turn, hides the chamber, keeps it protected so that it won't get damaged if the person decides to use it in a battle situation or to go out and swing it around. All right. Get the cover tee on here. So we'll get the cover tech all put into place, providing I can find the right place for it. Actually goes on this side. With the reflection of the light in the room here, it's a little difficult to see. But the way in which this particular hilt was manufactured, with the cover tech being placed this way and the screw being long enough, it allows you to secure this piece to the aluminum tube that's underneath. So it keeps the whole saber nicely secure. Okay, and then get the nice pommel cap screwed on there. And it's a very nice secure build that you can clip on your belt. Feels really good in the hand. Okay, we're going to pause for a second. I'm going to connect up the blade and then show you how to insert it, and we'll give it a test fire. Okay, and so to secure the blade in here, just grab some pliers and hold the connector while you push it together. And once you get that done, you can just look in the end. Give it a twist to start the coil in the wire so that when you push it in, that wire makes a nice loop in there. Take your Allen wrench, secure it down nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead and twist the kill key. You can hear it fire up. And I'll get the end cap put together. And the nice thing about the way this goes together here is you only have to take that end cap off if you're going to fire up the saber. Alright, here we go. It's got that nice extension retraction. You can see that. With the way I did the diffusion material, it really reduced the corn cobbing effect. You probably still see a little bit of it close up, but from a distance you're not going to see that. Get the really nice blaster blocking, flash on flash. Dual phase, get a different color going on there. Pick a different font. It's a nice dark blue. Get a nice purple or red. And so the flash on flash works really well. I really like this particular string blade. This is that Adafruit Neo Pixel. It's the 144 pixel, 1 meter length, real skinny strip. There are 3 of them in there. I've used a couple layers of diffusion material and then another special material around that to help get rid of that corn cobbing. And I think it gives it a really good look. It's not real heavy, so it doesn't really seem to add much more weight to the blade than if you were to use a thick-walled 1-inch blade. So I find it very light. Yeah, it's got pretty decent amount of light coming through the tip. So even though I didn't fold over or put any LEDs facing up, it still seems to pull quite a bit of light through and look pretty good. Alright, with that, got a nice NeoPixel string blade, Obi-Wan Kenobi, with a crystal chamber reveal. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.